Three signs karma is hitting the narcissist who betrayed you. That's the title of this video. There is something deeply painful about being betrayed by a narcissist. It is not just the betrayal itself, it is the arrogance that follows it. The way they walk away as if they won. The way they replace you like you are nothing. The way they seem untouched, unbothered, and even thriving. For a while, it can feel like injustice is winning. But karma does not rush. Karma does not announce itself loudly. Karma is quiet, strategic, and deeply precise. It does not always show up as dramatic downfall. It often shows up as internal collapse. And the truth is this: a narcissist never escapes themselves. While you may be healing, rebuilding, and rediscovering your worth, something very different is happening on their side. So I'm going to give you 3 powerful signs that karma is already hitting the narcissist who betrayed you. Number 1, their new life is not as perfect as they pretend. At first glance, it may look like they moved on effortlessly. New relationship, new friends, new energy, new happiness. But what you are seeing is not reality, it is performance. Narcissists are masters of image. They don't build genuine lives. They build illusions that look convincing from the outside. However, illusions require constant maintenance, and that is where karma begins. Now, the cracks start showing. The same patterns they used on you don't disappear. They repeat. They start devaluing the new person. They become controlling, distant, or critical. They lose interest once the excitement fades. They create chaos where there was peace. Because the problem was never you. The problem was always who they are. A man left a deeply loyal partner for someone more exciting. He posted pictures, smiled widely, and made it seem like he had found everything he ever wanted. 6 months later, the posts slowed. 1 year later, they disappeared. Behind the scenes, the new partner had started questioning him, challenging him, seeing through him. The same charm that once worked now felt manipulative. He didn't upgrade, he repeated. Why this is karma? Karma is not always punishment. It is reflection. The narcissist is forced to live in a cycle where nothing satisfies them. No relationship lasts. Every connection becomes conflict. While you are healing and growing, they are stuck in repetition. Their new life becomes their new prison. They become increasingly restless, anxious, and unfulfilled. One of the biggest myths about narcissists is that they are confident and content. In reality, they are often deeply insecure, chronically restless, emotionally unstable. And when karma hits, these internal struggles intensify. The emptiness they can't escape. Narcissists rely on external validation to feel okay. Attention, admiration, control. These are their emotional fuel. But over time, people see through them. The attention fades, the admiration weakens. And when that happens, they are left with something they cannot handle, themselves. What this looks like: jumping from one relationship to another. Constant need for attention, that is social media, flirting, drama. Irritability and anger over small things. A sense that nothing is ever enough. They may not admit it, but inside there is growing discomfort. A restless soul is a sign of an unsettled truth. They cannot sit still because stillness exposes what they are running from. Why this is karma? Karma forces them to confront the very thing they tried to avoid, their own emptiness. While you are learning peace, they are losing it. While you are finding stability, they are becoming more chaotic. And the irony is this: they may still look fine on the outside, but internally they are unraveling. They start losing control over people and outcomes. Control is everything to a narcissist. They want to control how people see them, how people treat them, how situations unfold. But karma disrupts control. And when a narcissist starts losing control, everything begins to fall apart. People stop responding the same way. At first, they could charm anyone. manipulate situations, avoid accountability. But over time, people become less impressed. Boundaries become stronger. Their tactics become predictable. The same behavior that once worked now backfires. They experience rejection. This is one of the hardest things for a narcissist to face. Someone leaves them, someone challenges them, someone exposes them. And because they lack true emotional resilience, even small rejection feels like a major threat. A woman who thrived on controlling her partners found herself in a relationship with someone emotionally strong. For the first time, her manipulation didn't work. Her silence didn't intimidate. Her anger didn't control. Instead of gaining power, she felt powerless. Eventually, the relationship ended, not because she left, but because she couldn't dominate. That loss stayed with her. Why this is karma? Karma removes the tools they use to hurt others. It forces them into situations where they are not in control, they are not admired, they are not prioritized, and without control, they feel exposed. The hidden truth is that karma is also rewarding you. While all of this is happening to them, something equally powerful is happening to you. You are rebuilding your self-worth. You are gaining clarity. You are learning boundaries. You are becoming emotionally stronger. The betrayal that once broke you is now shaping you. The narcissist loses people, you gain yourself. And that is the greatest shift of all. Now, the lessons are that do not measure the narcissist's life by appearances. What you see is often carefully curated. Do not wait for dramatic downfall. Karma often works internally, not publicly. The other lesson is to focus on your healing, not their suffering. Your growth is the real victory. The other lesson is understand that patterns do not change without accountability. And narcissists rarely take accountability. It may feel unfair at times. It may feel like they escaped consequences. It may feel like they moved on while you were left to pick up the pieces. But look deeper. They did not escape. They carried themselves into their next chapter. And wherever they go, the same patterns follow. Meanwhile, you have something they do not. Awareness, growth, the ability to love and be loved in a healthy way. They thought they were winning by losing you until life showed them what they truly lost. Now, one of the hardest things to accept after betrayal is that you don't always get to witness justice in real time. When a narcissist betrays you, they often leave loudly, but their consequences arrive quietly. They may walk away smiling, they may replace you quickly, they may act like nothing ever mattered. And that creates a painful illusion that they got away with it. But here's the truth most people only understand later. Karma is not concerned with appearances. It is concerned with alignment. And when someone lives in manipulation, deception, and emotional harm, their life eventually begins to mirror that chaos. Not always publicly, not always dramatically, but always inevitably. Now, the narcissist's happiness requires constant proof. At the beginning, it can feel like they upgraded, they show off a new relationship, a happier lifestyle, a better version of themselves. But if you look closely, something feels forced. The performance never stops. Healthy happiness is quiet. It doesn't need constant validation. But narcissistic happiness is different. It needs to be seen. It needs to be envied. It needs to be believed. And that's why they post excessively. They overshare their perfect moments. They try to prove they are doing better without you. Because deep down, they are trying to convince themselves. Imagine having to act every single day to maintain an image, to hide your flaws, to avoid being exposed. That is not freedom, that is pressure. A narcissist's life becomes a stage where every relationship is an audience, every moment is a performance, every connection is conditional, and over time, the exhaustion builds. They may never admit it, but internally, they feel unstable, they feel unsure, they feel like they are constantly about to be found out. The deeper truth is that you are real with them. Now they're surrounded by people they must perform for. That is not an upgrade, that is isolation disguised as success. Their relationship becomes shorter, colder, and more conflicted. Karma often shows up through patterns that refuse to change. And for narcissists, relationships are where karma becomes most visible. At first, every relationship feels magical, intense connection, fast bonding, big promises. But then the admiration fades, the control increases, the criticism begins, and eventually the relationship breaks. The difference now is that it happens faster. Why does it get worse over time? Each failed relationship leaves behind more emotional damage, more unresolved issues, more defensiveness. Instead of learning, they blame others. They rewrite history. They avoid accountability. Now, the next relationship starts already damaged. A narcissist once prided himself on being irresistible. He could charm anyone, but over time, people started recognizing the pattern. His charm felt rehearsed. His apologies felt empty. What once attracted people now pushed them away. He didn't lose his ability to connect. He lost his ability to sustain connection. Now, there's this emotional consequence. The relationship with a narcissist begin to notice something unsettling. People don't stay as long. People question them more. People leave without trying to fix things. And this creates a silent panic because for the first time, they're not in control of how relationships end. Why this is karma? Karma forces repetition until there is change, but narcissists resist change. So instead, they experience repeated loss, increasing loneliness, deeper emotional frustration. While you are healing from one relationship, they are breaking multiple. Now, they are forced to face themselves even if they run. This is the most powerful and unavoidable form of karma. A narcissist can change environments, change partners, change appearances, but they cannot escape their own mind. At some point, distractions stop working. The attention isn't enough. The new relationship isn't exciting. The validation doesn't fill the void. And in those quiet moments, something uncomfortable happens. Self-awareness tries to surface. Even if they push it away, they feel regret. They feel emptiness. They feel restlessness. They feel irritation without clear cause. Why do things always end like this? Why can't I stay satisfied? Why do people keep leaving? They may not say it out loud, but the questions are there. Narcissists often lack deep emotional processing skills. So instead of resolving these feelings, they distract themselves. They blame others. They seek new validation. But unresolved emotions don't disappear. They accumulate. The life they created to avoid pain become the very thing that produces it. Why this is karma? Because eventually the noise fades. And when it does, they are left with their thoughts, their patterns, their reality. And for someone who avoids introspection, this is one of the most uncomfortable experiences possible. Now, the other bonus sign that karma is eating the narcissist is that they watch you from a distance. This is something many people don't talk about, but it happens often. Even if they left you, replaced you, acted like you didn't matter, they often check on you silently. Why do they do this? Because you represent something different. Stability, genuine connection, emotional depth, things they struggle to maintain. What triggers this is that when they see you moving on, healing, becoming stronger, it creates a contradiction in their mind because they expected you to chase them, to break down, to stay stuck. But instead, you evolved. Their reaction, they may try to re-enter your life. They may send subtle messages. They may create indirect contact. Not always out of love, but out of curiosity, ego, or unfinished control. Why this is karma? Because now they are the ones looking from the outside, and you're the one no longer available. At the beginning, you may have wanted closure with the narcissist. You may have wanted justice and you may have wanted an apology. But as you grow, something changes. You realize their downfall is not your healing. Your healing is your healing. What real growth looks like. You stop checking on them. You stop comparing lives. You stop needing answers. And instead, you choose peace. You choose yourself. You choose forward movement. The moment you stop needing karma to prove anything is the moment you are truly free. Now, the narcissist lost someone genuine, someone loyal, someone capable of real love. You gained awareness, you gained strength, you gained emotional intelligence, you gained boundaries. They thought your silence meant you lost, but your silence was where you rebuilt. And while they continue running in circles, you are walking in a straight line towards something real. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so.